It's a busy program. Thank you for joining us. Also tonight, we continue our quest to produce a family meal for $10 or less this evening with Ann Thorpe, known as the Queen of Māori Cuisine. Well, today, as we've been saying, it is National Hoodie Day, and it seems for every supporter of the day, there is a detractor. One Kapiti politician went to the extreme, donning a Ku Klux Klan costume at a council meeting. Dale Evans wore a white outfit with a sign around his neck mimicking the slogan used in the current National Hoodie campaign. He's outraged the Deputy Mayor, perhaps not surprisingly, who said it was appalling to use a serious episode of racism in American history as an analogy to the Hoodie campaign. She declined to appear on the programme, but it hasn't been hard to find others somewhat offended by Evans' actions. Canterbury American Studies lecturer Dr. Vernon Andrews has called Evans' statement ignorant. Dale Evans and Dr. Vernon Andrews join me now. Good evening to you both.
Good evening, Paul.
Dale, what were you thinking when you put that outfit on and went into the council meeting?
Political satire to get the message across regarding the bore water issues and nothing else. It was not meant on any racial issues, and it's to highlight the importance of certain things that need to be addressed.
How can you imagine that it wouldn't highlight racial issues?
Well, basically, that is an issue which I think sometimes you have to do some extreme things to get them out in the open. And it was not, in my view, meant to be inoffensive to anybody. I don't have any racial prejudice about anybody. A lot of my friends are coloured, and, you know, basically it was just to get the issue out there.
I can see Vernon
and
smiling.
Also to have a laugh.
I can see Vernon smiling, especially when you say a lot of my friends are coloured, because people, Vernon, say that, don't they, in situations like this. Some of my best friends are coloured.
Right, and that's sometimes just to deflect away maybe from their own ignorance. And first of all, I just want to say, personally, it just hurt to see something like that in New Zealand, because one of the reasons I'm in this country is because of the high levels of tolerance of others. And again, New Zealand does have its issues and its problems here and there, but I've seen a large amount of tolerance in New Zealand. And so something like this kind of brings me back into reality that even New Zealand can have these difficulties every now and then.
Sure. I was going to say to you, Dale, do you regret what you've done? But given the costume that you're wearing on nationwide television tonight, I guess the answer is no, you don't.
No, I don't, because basically when you look at all the issues with regards to wearing a hoodie and the circumstances with regards to being banned in malls, the police and surveillance cameras, they can't see who is under the hoodie, and in banks and all this issue. Now, you know, I think there'd be a better way of promoting Hoodie Day, or possibly in another way, or in another issues, with getting the message across.
Dale, and can we see under your hood? Can you lift your hood now?
If you wouldn't mind. Oh, yeah, of course I am. I've got no worry. Thank you.
Well, I'm sure people are a bit surprised by what they now see. You seem to have blacked your face.
Well, that is, I have no racial discrimination about anybody. Everybody's equal in this world.
Why would you have done that? Why have you done that?
Well, political satire to get the issue across, because that's, you know, sometimes you have to do extremes things to get things and this is
turning Dale out to be quite extreme.
Possibly it is, but there again, you know, I mean, what other way can you do it in the light of the day?
I just wonder. Well, let's go to Vernon. Vernon, has this become slightly more offensive?
I would have to say yes, it has. I don't know, sometimes you have to laugh to keep them crying, because, I mean, I think at the University of Canterbury, I try to teach my students in teaching contemporary African-American culture and in hip-hop culture and even sport about the various ethnic stereotypes that we carry around with ourselves. And I don't know if this does anything to necessarily help the image of African Americans or help the image of New Zealand for that matter.
Can you see, though, Vernon, can you see that there will be some people who perhaps look at this and say, well, yes, this is an extreme thing to do, but there are some similarities between these costumes, this and the hoodie, and that perhaps it is ludicrous for a country like New Zealand to celebrate an outfit as alien to our culture as the hoodie?
Yeah, sure. Well, I think as far as hoods on sweatshirts, I don't think that's alien to New Zealand. You can probably go in many stores, the Warehouse, Ballantyne's, around the country and find sweatshirts with hoods on them, as you would all around the world. And I think the difference is the hood he's wearing is a hood that's not sold everywhere, and also is a hood that represents really a terrorist organization.
Sure, but do you accept that some people are thinking that by celebrating the hoodie we're saying, well, look, that's okay, whereas in reality it's American youth culture, and some people are intimidated by it?
Sure, and you know what? I can understand his intimidation. Let me say that first of all. Many people are intimidated.
No, we just listen to Vernon.
I'll just finish. Many people are intimidated by that in the States and in New Zealand and around the world because, you know, youth for years have won a variety of things to intimidate others. Leather jackets at one point were used to intimidate others back in the 50s and 60s. I think the idea is that, hey, you know what, don't stereotype everyone who has a hood on.
Okay, can I just, very quickly, Vernon, can I just ask you, do you think we should be celebrating the hoodie? National Hoodie Day, is it a good idea?
Well, I just have to say, I'm not familiar with the day. I do understand the issue of non-stereotyping, though. And as far as celebrating it, well, again, I teach about hip-hop culture, and I try to educate my students on some of the negative ramifications of the things they do and the things they wear.
Dale, talking of negative ramifications, this is a story which is ricocheting around the world.
Oh, it has been all day.
It has.
In fact, it's been, but also, the issue is never judge a book by its cover.
No.
What's under the hoodie, and that's an issue which, to me, is, you know, you could be wearing whatever you are, and of course don't take the issue with it.
And there may well be people that applaud you for the stand you're taking, but do you accept that there will be people that find it highly offensive?
Possibly to a certain point, but there again, if we're all sort of laterally thinking in the sense that, I mean, the response I've had is overwhelming. Absolutely.
Some people will look at you now, they'll be looking at you on television now thinking you're a nutter.
Well, possibly everybody that does certain things in life to get things, extreme things out there, are categorised as nutter. And it's not the first time I've been categorised as nutter. I mean, you know, if you're responsible in life and you act for the... mind you, I did get the highest polling with the community board members in this area, and, you know, to me, I represent the community.
They know if
they have an issue... They know if they have an issue, they'll come to me with it, and I will take it further.
All right,
forward.
just finally, Dale, let me ask you the question that I just asked Vernon. Clearly, your answer is no to this. Why do you not think why do you think National Hoodie Day is a bad thing?
I'm not saying it's a bad day. It's a matter of the way it's used and the way it's, you know, in the community. Look, I've already mentioned with regards to the young people wearing it in cars and, you know, all the other things that go with it. And to my way of thinking, it could be used in that terminology and sense.
All right.
So, you know, I mean...
Yep, I'll let you go there. I'll let you go there. No, I think we'll end it now. I'll let you go there. Dale Evans, you've got some changing to do. Presumably, I assume you're going to take off the makeup. And Dr. Vernon Andrews.
And mind you, it's my birthday today, so, you know.
Oh, well... It's as clear as mud why you've done it now. Dale Evans and Dr. Vernon Andrews, thank you both very much for joining us this evening.
Good on you.
It's a funny old world, isn't it? All right, something a little different for you now. It is time for our 10...